Yeah, hi everybody, Peter back for yet another video. Today I'm going to do an album review. I'm going to do The Doors. I'm going to do Waiting for the Sun, their third studio album, which was released July 3rd, 1968. Clocking in at 32 minutes 49, which a lot of albums back then were like 30, 35, 40 minutes, and on the short side, not like today with the CD era. Oh, the CD era a little bit back. So 32:49 through Elektra Records, produced by Paul A. Rothchild there, who did all the Doors albums. He didn't do LA Woman though. Recorded between November 1967 and May 1968. All songs credited to the Doors. Later on, a couple albums they had some individual writing credits. A couple of albums after this. The album reached number one, so hit the top spot in the Billboard charts in the US. Two singles were released from this album. Hello, I Love You went to number one on the Billboard singles charts, and The Unknown Soldier, number 39. So two top 40 hits from this album. So in that way, it had two hits from the album. The album has 11 tracks. The difference between this album and The Doors and Strange Days is that there is no big closing epic like the end or when the music's over. The closing song on this album is 5 to 1, which is 4 minutes in that range. So you got a lot of songs here, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, a lot of short songs. And I think, from memory, the 5 to 1 is the longest track on the album. So you don't have that big finish, but it doesn't really make much difference to the album, actually. You don't really notice it. And so, so the Doors at this time were, when they went into the studio, a couple of things from my research and from what I've known after reading about the band for years, I've been a huge Doors fan for years, is that Morrison at this point, the alcohol intake was getting more than usual, should I say. And so they had to deal with that. And also the producer, Paul A. Rothchild, who was known as a bit of a perfectionist, should I say, was a bit starting to get at loggerheads with the band a bit. Tensions were growing in those couple of areas. So there's a bit of tension in the studio. So it wasn't all plain sailing, even at that fairly early point in the band's history. The album went I don't know if I remember saying this, but 1 times platinum in the US. So pretty good for that time. 1 million copies. And so that's all the background I have for the album. So we'll talk about the songs now. Now, this album, when I did a ranking, I'm going to do another one, a Doors ranking, but when I did a while back, this usually out of the Morrison albums I had last. But with me, you got to realize I love all these albums. So you got to put them somewhere when you're doing rankings. So I'll just make that point. So we'll go through the album now. Now it starts off with the number one hit single, Hello, I Love You. Now, this is a great song. It's just pop bliss, isn't it? Just a well-written pop song. So a good start to the album. And there was accusations of taking some of the music from the Kinks song, All Day and All of the Night. So there was that thing, and there is a similarity there, I must say. But going back to the song, classic track, love it, great single. But there's many more great tracks on this album as we go on. And Love Street is next. Now this is a sweet, gorgeous, just nice love song dedicated to his girlfriend Pamela Courson, who he did write a lot about in the songs. Yeah, she lives on Love Street. She has a house and garden. All those lyrics, very, very nice lyrics. Not long tracks, as I said on this album, but that's a really cool song. I always loved it. They didn't perform it live. I have read they didn't perform it live. There's not many live instances where they performed it in concert around that time. So yeah. Now the album takes a change. Now you get from those first two songs, which are just great pop writing, to Not to Touch the Earth. Now this is the other side of the Doors. This is why I love them. You got the pop rock side and you got the dark side. Now, not to touch the earth. Typical Morrison lyrics. Critics refer to it as just classic acid rock at the time. It's hard hitting, and that's the song where at the end of the song he says, "I am the Lizard King. I can do anything." And then the keyboard, with Manzarek. Just captivating is the only word for it. Just a magical track. Summer's Almost Gone, very sweet, mellow, brilliant track. I like it. I think it's just like the melody of it, just well done. The vocals great, classic, love it. And Wintertime Love, which is even just, I think, under 2 minutes, or just under 2 minutes, is the next song. That's a very nice track. Bit more, we'll just say a bit more hard hitting than the previous song. Bit quicker, but no less impactful like that one. The Unknown Soldier. The clip has been around for years. It's very controversial. Go and have a look at the clip of The Unknown Soldier if you haven't seen it. That's all I'll say. People at the time said it was Jim's reaction to the Vietnam War. He's got war lyrics in that, and at the end they said the war is over. And there's chiming, music as the song fades out. So, but it made the top 40. I like it a lot. Then we got Spanish Caravan, beautiful Spanish style guitar on this from Robbie Krieger, great musician. Then it speeds up, really cool song. They did perform this live back in the day. Then the next one's very interesting, Mile Wild Love, very much just a vocalization, a cappella. Probably, it fits well within the album. For me, probably, if there's a weak point, which is a damn good album, that'd probably be it. But it is what it is. It's just them, the singing, the background vocals are very much a cappella type song. No sort of musical instrumentation on that one. Then another shortish song, We Could Be So Good Together. Pretty good track, really like it. It's not the best song on the album, but I have nothing against the song. I enjoy listening to the song. Then a beautiful slow track, ballady style with Jim, which suits his low tone, baritone voice too. Yes, the River Knows, classic, really nice. And then the hard hitting 5 to 1, where very lyrical. He just one of those, you got to read the lyrics, and hard hitting music too. Great guitar from Robbie Krieger. And Manzarek too. Ray Manzarek is all through this album. His presence is felt in his keyboard, piano, and everything like that. John Densmore too is a wonderful player in here. All the band are just really good. So I love this album. That's all I'll say. I love this album. I'm going to give this a 10 out of 10. Now, is it my favourite Doors album? Probably not. But, for me, they are... It's like, not everyone's a fan of any band, I guess. And not everyone's a big fan of the Doors. Some people might like the Doors, but it's just when you hear something, like years ago when I heard them, it speaks to me. I get it. So when I heard them and got into them, I got everything about them. Just loved everything about them. It's one of those things. Yeah, so, they just do it for me. There's something about them, and I've always felt like this. So there it is. So 10 out of 10 for me. 3 favourites. It'll be hard because I love all their stuff. I might go. I'll go Hello, I Love You, because it was such a huge song. I'll go The Unknown Soldier. I'll go 5 to 1, which I picked as my favourite song off this album in another video. Have to go that one as well. 3 favourites. And My Wild Love is probably the weak point, but it you know, it's not a standout song. It's an album track, and it just fits in well with the album. It doesn't, it flows nicely. This album's got a good flow to it. It really flows nicely. There's no real long instrumental breaks in this album. Like you get a little bit on the first two albums. There's instrumental breaks on the epics, when the music's over, but they're great songs, and the end. So you get a lot of that from those albums. They revisited that format later on the Soft Parade with the title track, which is very jazzy type feel track, which is really good track. But yeah, and also one more thing before I go, that they intended to do a huge piece on this album called The Celebration of the Lizard, which was canned, and they found they were going to use it on side 2 of the album. They ended up having to, when they went to the studio, having to write in the studio to fill up the space, because that epic song was canned, that epic track was canned, and using a couple of older songs to fill in the space. So that's what they did there. But all in all, a classic Doors album for me. I mean, the Morrison period is for me, one of the great discographies. I mean, those 6 albums just fantastic for me. I'm a huge fan. I can't stress that enough. I'm a Morrison and Doors nut, as you might say. So there you have it. 10 out of 10 from me. What do you think of this album? Are you a big fan like me or not, or just a casual fan? Let me know. Comment and subscribe, guys. All those things. I'll see you guys for another video. Won't be too far away. And those ranking videos will be coming up, that's for sure. I'm just finalising one of them then, and I've got to do the other one. Bye for now, guys. See you in the next one. Bye.